So we started talking a little bit about the flip that I'm doing in Milford, Delaware. I left off with a couple other videos of walking through the house, figuring out what we're going to do, starting to put together a rehab budget and kind of get our ducks in a row so we can get this project completed. If you haven't watched any of those previous videos, this is a really easy flip. It was a deal that my company was wholesaling to another buyer, and at the end of the day, the buyer pulled out at the 11th hour, literally the morning of settlement. He told us, for lack of a nicer way to put it, pound sand, I'm not buying this. I really don't understand why, especially because it really is a good deal. So me and my company decided, cool, we're going to buy this, we'll flip it, we'll do it ourselves and everything. So we got that turned around in a couple days, made settlement on it. Seller was happy, went down and started to get a plan together. And really, at the end of the day, the big ticket items, it's really just a paint and carpet project. There's a couple little things that need to be fixed, some spackle touch-ups, some new door hardware, simple little things. Like this should have been a $10,000, maybe $15,000 renovation at max. And our dispositions manager, he's been with us for, I'm so bad at timelines, maybe 9 months now. So he sells all of our wholesale deals, and he personally wants to get into flipping houses also. So I said to him, hey, look, how about I'll bring you in on this one. You kind of get your feet wet, and I'll put up all the money and everything, and I'll help you on everything, but you kind of start to run it and manage it. Any questions you have, ask me. I'm here for support and everything. So he went out, he found this contractor that was going to do all of the drywall repairs, spackle, touch up, paint, and everything. And this guy's price was a little bit higher than everybody else that he spoke with, but he had a really good feeling about the guy and everything. And the number one piece that made us go with him was he was the only guy that said that he could get in there in the near future. Everybody else was a couple weeks out. To some people, that would be a red flag right off the bat. Like, why does this company have the availability to get in there right now? Why aren't they on another job? And I see that, I hear that, but I also understand how schedules can get messed up with contractors and everything, and how sometimes you do have a layover between one job and the next because scheduling is crazy. So whatever, we went with this guy, and he wanted a 50% deposit up front, which I hate doing, but Josh felt really good about it and everything, said he felt good with the guy. So we did it, we moved forward, and within a couple days he was over there banging stuff out, getting things done, following up with us. And I think it was this past Saturday, the GC starts blowing up Josh on Saturday, and he's like, hey, I'm done, like where's my final payment? And he wasn't supposed to be done until Sunday anyway. We were going to go down on Monday, check everything out, meet with him, whatever. But he's like, I really want to get paid. Well, you're not getting paid until we get down there and check it out, So Monday comes, Josh goes down, takes a look at everything. And not only are they not done, like the guys are still there working. Not the owner of the company, just a couple guys that work for him. And yeah, they're nowhere near done. So Josh takes a bunch of pictures of everything and gets out of there. Now, mind you, that this is a faraway project for us. I think for either me or Josh, I think it's about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute ride down there. So not super convenient, obviously. But later that night, Monday night, Josh gets a call from the GC again. He's like, hey, we're done. I'm like, there is absolutely no way that these guys are done. The pictures that Josh sent me, like, not only is stuff not done, but there's still holes that need to be patched, spackled, sanded, repainted. It's impossible that they did that in a couple hours. Of course, they could have used hot mud or whatever, but I didn't really feel that that was what was going to happen with these guys. So, okay, whatever. Listen, if you're confident that everything's done, we're going to get back down there again. Take a look at everything. We can't pay you until we're satisfied with the work. And Josh goes back down on Wednesday, takes a look at everything. At least nobody's there, still working on it, but the quality of everything is just shit. It's just terrible. Still a bunch of holes that they didn't patch. The one ceiling where there was like a textured ceiling and some drywall was missing. He was supposed to just drywall over the whole ceiling. That way, we're not trying to blend a texture that is never really going to blend. And he basically just patched the one spot. So now there was texture on 80% of the ceiling, and 20% of the ceiling, it's a smooth drywall finish. So obviously that's not going to fly. That's not going to work. If anything, it's worse now because to a buyer that's going to walk through there, an unsuspecting homeowner, they're going to see that and it's going to draw their eye to it. And they're going to be like, wow, something was wrong in here. Is there a water leak or what's going on? So that's no good. But this guy's demanding payment. And this is just so common. Like, I've dealt with this literally, I don't even want to say dozens of times. It's probably been hundreds of times at this point that a contractor gets into a project and literally the second that they believe they're done, even like in this case, long before they're actually done, they're just demanding payment. And if you're not well educated on it and know that this is a common thing, it would be easy to just say, yep, cool, I'm going to send you the money, especially if it's a 2-hour away project, which again, I don't recommend that you do unless you have a lot of experience and or connections. Excuse me. It's a really bad thing. Like, I've had it happen to me before plenty of times, unfortunately, even up until recently, that you give somebody a final payment and they never come back. If something's wrong, they're not coming back. And they'll tell you most of the time that they are coming back. You're on their list. They're just busy. They'll get there when they get a chance. 99 times out of 100, they're not coming back. And when that does happen, it puts you in a really shitty spot. With painters in this situation, it's not going to be too bad, and I'll go more into the details. But with a bunch of the other trades, a plumber, electrician, HVAC guy, if they are 90% done, you give them their final payment, excuse me, and they don't come back, now in your mind, you're like, okay, well, I already paid this guy $10,000 to do the job. That's what we agreed on. And really, he only did $9,000 worth of work, right? He's 90% done. Well, all right, this sucks. He wasted a bunch of time. He's obviously not coming back. I'm just going to bring in somebody else. I'll pay them $1,000 to finish the remaining 10%. No, you're not. That's not how it works. So now you're going to go find another guy to come in and try to finish this electrician's 10% that he has left to do. And you're thinking that you're going to spend about 10% of what you did on that project, and you're not. A lot of times you're going to spend just as much as you did initially, because nobody wants to come in. Nobody wants to come in and pick up where somebody else left off, and nobody else wants to put their name on somebody else's work. So if I'm an electrician and I'm coming in and 90% of this stuff is done, first thing in my mind is, well, if this guy didn't finish it, maybe he's a hack, maybe something went wrong, maybe he did crappy work, and now I'm gonna put in the receptacles in this room, but I don't really know what all the wiring looks like behind the walls and everything. And if this place burns down, now it's my problem, even though all I did was the last 10% of the job, and I just put in these receptacles. So it puts you in a really bad spot. So don't pay the full balance until you are completely satisfied with the work. So anyway, with that, had a conversation with the owner of the company last night. Apparently he wasn't actually the one down there. It was just his crew, and they sent him photos acting like everything was beautiful, which I understand that perspective of as a business owner also. But at the end of the day, you know, it's still your company, it's still your name on the work that's being done. So you should probably verify that it is done, and at least to your standards, before you go trying to collect payment from your customer. So to be determined on how that unfolds. We're going down there on Friday. I'm going with Josh, and we're going to meet the GC down there and hopefully get everything resolved. So, you know, we have a decent looking finished product that we can throw on the market. Carpets are going in this week also. And yeah, gonna do some little other touch-ups and everything, and still should be a easy project. We'll throw it up on the market and everything, but it just goes to show that even on small, simple projects, there's always stupid things that pop up, and that's why I want to share some of this experience, because these are the things that happen. And especially if you're doing a bigger project and you have multiple contractors like this, situations like this, you can end up losing a lot of money really fast and put you in a really bad spot. So don't do that. Learn from this. Learn from what we're trying to teach and show here. And any questions, drop them in the comments. Catch you on the next one. Peace.